Hey everyone, it's Marianne with Akashicinspirations, and today I've decided to do an off the cuff type of reading, and we're going to do it according to the four elements. We're going to do earth, air, fire, and water for the earth signs. We're going to start with Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So I'm going to be using different decks, and we're just going to kind of do this shuffling live and see how that works out. I love doing live readings because I feel that you get that sense of joining with me, right? And having that energy as you see it come across your screen. So this is going to be, we're going to start with the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, and we're going to see how this month starts settling in for our earth signs and what July is going to be bringing, which we know it's going to be about fire. Here we go. 5 of fire. So this is about ideas, inspiration. So we're getting really inspired. Let's go ahead and pull, I'd like to see about at least 5 cards. Page of Earth. Okay, so bringing things into our manifestation. 8 of Water, trying to let go of some things. Ooh, like this. We progress to the 9 of Water, which is our wish fulfilled. Oops, okay, I got 2 more. Strength, and the last card is 5 of Air. Okay, so let's look at this, what we have here for you guys. Hope you'll be able to see this fairly well. All right, so we're starting with our ideas, right? Our inspiration is the 5 of Fire, which is also the 5 of Wands. But in this deck, it's about our passion, our inspiration, and our ideas. Now, the Page of Earth is one that helps to manifest and put those ideas into play. Let's bring them down to earth, right? We're earth signs, so let's put them in a reality that is going to bring about a concrete manifestation, right? It just doesn't stay up in the air as an idea, but we actually do something concrete. We do the actions through the fire card into stabilizing it and making it something real for us. But we do have decisions to make. Do we want to stay with something that has probably maybe been prosperous or led us to something good in the past? And we stay like in our comfort zone, or do we want to get out of our comfort zone and do something completely different? So this is why this reading is this way, because I just decided I want to do something completely different, kind of emerging of working on the elements, but also working this live with you. All right, so 9 of Water, I love it because we've got diamonds, right, with beautiful mermaid. 9 of Water is the traditional 9 of Cups. It's usually cups that are overflowing, and a gentleman who's sitting like in a rainbow and he's all happy, right? So here she is. She's kind of like wistfully looking at all these treasures, like each one is a diamond. She's got so many, right? She's just surrounded by this flow, and it just seems that they're just getting bigger, right? They're different shapes, and now this big huge diamond is coming her way. So I feel that with some of the earth signs, and that to me really bespeaks of what's going to be happening during these lunar eclipses and these eclipse season that we're having now in the month of July, and as that reflects for us 6 months down the line when we're actually going to have, as earth signs, everything, a lot of the planets are going to be in Capricorn. So that affects a lot of our earth signs, have these huge changes and opportunities that are coming for a lot of the signs. And so here we have the beautiful Strength card. So it is, again, and it's funny how it follows or is underneath here, the 8 of Water, because the Strength is about overcoming the ego, overcoming things that or that self-defeatist talk, right, in your mind, that's that egoic choice. And it's really about taking a decision to really go with your heart's desire, since it's right here next to the 9 of Water. You're going to have the strength to see this through. Now, The Five of Air is an interesting card to come towards the end, so maybe we'll pull another one to have a little bit of clarity. Because the Five of Air, if you see, she's kind of like on a tightrope, right? She's got her point shoes. She's looking firm, right? She doesn't look like she's about to teeter off, but it is going to be kind of tricky for her to keep that up, right? So Five of Air, it means that there is something coming about that maybe you need to let go of some things, right, in order to embrace some of these new desires coming in, which is probably the choice that's coming. So I'd like to pull one more card, and then we're going to pull a couple of the wisdom oracle by Colette. All right, so last card. Ooh, okay, Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles. Now, since Six of Pentacles usually means somebody coming in, it's kind of like a balance of give and take, right? Of knowing how to give and how to receive. So when we are giving, right, when we do things that we are giving of ourselves, being of service, that's when also our rewards come to us on the level of our true sharing, our true desire to be of service to others. And really that's how the universe kind of, plays it, right? It's about an alignment of being who you are, sharing that uniqueness of gift that you've been given with others for the greater good, and be doing things for the greater good, therefore comes back to you in instances of personal reward, of personal happiness. And I've been doing a lot of talk about happiness and happy money. So happy money is there's a book called Happy Money by Ken Honda, sorry. And I was thinking about Marie Kondo. So she's kind of like the Marie Kondo of money. He's a millionaire, worldwide author, and from Japan. And he has this principle of how our money picks up the energies. And that's not something new. I mean, anybody who follows the law of attraction knows that is true. Oh, I think that's wonderful. So, loyal heart. Very interesting how the masculine and the feminine are kind of on equal terms here, right? No, they don't seem to, they together, they seem to make this beautiful heart picture, right? And it's about really being, I think, also loyal to yourself, right? That self-love has to come first. And I've been using a lot this metaphor, this analogy of when you get on board a plane and they tell you, if you have children, make sure you put your own mask first before you put on that of the kids, because what if something happens to you? Who's going to take care of them? They can't take care of you, so you have to take care of you first to ensure that others are also then taken care of. So let's see what other beautiful things come in for our earth signs. And we have some mending, so it's very interesting. I think somebody who's a great friend of yours, or that has stimulated that sense of loyalty within you, and that's going to help you in the process of mending that heart. Perhaps there was a situation or a relationship that you could be with a soulmate, or even someone in the family, and you're going to be able to kind of focus on that healing of the situation that's between you guys. Oops, all right, it's a little bit too much. Let's go ahead and pull a couple more. Here we go. Oh, I love it. So it's going to bring you peace, right? Mending your heart brings you peace, and then it makes you ready and poised for the big leap, right? Poised for that sudden, she's even got her head thrown back, right? She's not even looking where she's going. She's so ecstatic and so assured in the knowledge that wherever she's going to, it's just going to be great, right? So the peace allows us to make these choices, right? When we get into our peace of our heart, a peace of mind, and we find that alignment, right? This alignment, this earth sign, becoming very grounded, and I love that we have the dove of peace here, right? So it's somebody's extending to you through this mending of this loyal heart. They're extending to you that olive branch, which really lets you be like ready, set, go to fly off into something new. Fabulous. Okay, what do I want to do now? Let us look at. I think it's time to bring in some of our angels. So I've got here my angels of Atlantis, one of my favorites. Such a talk about a giving person, just giving of himself freely. That's Mr. Stuart Pierce. He's just a divine person, and his cards really just his angels of Atlantis just speak to my heart, right? As to many of us, because they're so beautiful, the messages. So let's see which angels want to come through, which angels of Atlantis want to come through for the earth signs for, the month of, I love it. So here is Archangel Shamuel. Look at that. There's the Taj Mahal in this beautiful lilac colored or rose gold colored orb, and the message is serenity. So serenity. Let's talk a little bit about who that's Shamuel. Who is Shamuel? Shamuel is our divine guide. He's the one that in this he's going to, the beautiful confirmation is going to help you with peace of mind. And it's one of our one of the greatest angelic gifts that we could get is this state of serenity, and that you can always feel. He says here in his book, his little guidebook says, feel the abundance of the source providing for you as it always will. Serenity means that we offer our challenges to the divine, for the divine will always bring us a resolution in the form of the miraculous. Allow yourself to develop visionary faith in the ideals of serenity instead of blindly following. So that's very interesting. So before in order to have a loyal heart, loyalty has to be earned, right? You have to have experience with that person in order to be able to trust that person, right? And be loyal to them. Otherwise, you're just giving them this like free gift that means nothing, right? And it's something that as you build these relationships in a firm manner, then they're far more lasting than something that is just, oh, I love you forever, transitory, means nothing. What? Oh, okay. Perfect confirmation. Here's Uriel with trust. So beautiful. We're building that trust. We're bringing that trust into our lives. Look at the beautiful colors. Archangel Uriel is our angel of enlightenment, right? And he's telling us that we need to trust in the divine. We need to trust that there is a grand plan for us, right? And that it's just evolving, right? It's funny, I was reading something called the book by Sherry Salata, and it's called The Beautiful No. And she was the producer of the Oprah show. So imagine, right? Fabulous job, right? Working with Oprah every single day. She was co-president of Oprah's network of OWN. Got to meet all these amazing people, right? She produced the show, but it just wasn't. She wasn't fulfilled, right? It wasn't enough for her, even though it was a magical job and she loved it. It was time for her to be able to do something else. So she had to kind of go out there on a limb, right? Go out there on a limb and trust. So sometimes that beautiful no, when we're told no, the universe tells us no about something that doesn't come about the way we think it should, or even we don't get the job we wanted, or we don't marry the person we thought we should marry, or the invitation didn't come, right? We thought you were going to be invited to something, to a meeting or to a party, and it doesn't come like we think. You hear Archangel Uriel says it's about trust, that no is going to lead to something even greater for you, right? It's going to take you to the soaring. So this is Mount Everest here. So you're going to go to that peak, right? The peak of happiness, the peak of where everything is just illuminated, right? Because the closer you get to the sky, the brighter the sun, they say, right? So it's about just taking that step forward in that leap of faith and trusting. Oh, love it. Okay, so what I do and something else special here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is for the last two cards, which is gonna be to read this over here. One is going to be the Goddess Power by Colette. Beautiful cards, by the way, and the Spirit Animal Totem. So I'm giving you a choice. You can choose. I have here an Amethyst Pyramid. So you can choose Amethyst Pyramid. Of course, my beautiful heart. And this actually was given to me by Miss Deborah Bowen, many known as Intuitive Coach. And a clear quartz crystal point for clarity. So we have amethyst, the heart, and clarity. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to shuffle this up and create 3 piles. Let's see who's going to come out, and you're going to be able to choose. And I'm going to go over here and pull the animal spirit. And we'll pull 3 from here. Okay. All right, well, we'll pull that one first then. Woo. All right. Fabulous. Now, you can choose one or all. Doesn't matter, or choose them in different orders, whatever it is you want to do. So, first one, which is the amethyst, is the Swan Spirit for time for a deep dive. Okay, deep dive. Let me see if I can put these over here so maybe it'll help. How's this? So we'll have 3 different setups, huh? There we go. And we'll set that up. All right, so we have the Swan Spirit, time to dive deep. Let's see what goddess goes with that. And that is Goddess Demeter of the Nurturer. Oh, okay, so very interesting. Look, these cards are so beautiful. I mean, really, truly. Why, let's see what message. It's funny because I always think of the swan as, that they mate for life. And it always reminds me of the Doreen Virtue, the cards of the Ascended Masters, and it's Lu with the sun god. But it's time where when the swan spirit comes to you, is you're being called to really go deep, which is great because we're going into eclipse. Okay, so you're going to be able to do that this month. And it says you may think you know what's best for you now, but as you go into a deeper awareness, that things can change. Your priorities change. And it's funny because I'm actually doing the Beautiful No talks about pillars of life. They talk about this, like your 8 pillars of life, 8 areas of your life, and where do you feel that you can improve and you're not maybe balanced with, right? So it says you're going to come to know yourself more intimately as well as others, and that this deeper knowledge of loving connection. So I think here about the loyal heart, right? And it really is also about this stone being amethyst, one of healing the heart, right? We had the mending card over here, so for you to be mending, right? Is it the mending card? I have a feeling, goes with that as well. Healing this heart, healing this, going deeper and really asking those more profound questions. So then we go to look at the goddess Demeter. All right, so Demeter, it then says the message here is nurturer. And it's about, how when we give to others, right, this loyal heart, when we give to others, that's such a great feeling. So Demeter is the goddess of motherhood. So fertility, harvest. And so it's like you're tapping into that beautiful, nurturing, abundant love. Yes, I love that. And that it's time now to also nourish yourself. So when you take a deep dive, make sure that some of these priorities that are for you is one of them is self-care, right? Being able to, we were talking about that earlier with the flight attendants. So it's really about allowing yourself to feel, right, to trust the universe and feel how much you are loved by it. Fabulous. Love that. Okay, so if you chose, let me get this over here. If you chose the heart, right, the heart, I'm trying to put that up there. There we go. Then your spirit animal that comes through is the koi fish spirit. These are beautiful. I love this. There is always enough. So again, they're addressing our fears of not having enough, our fears of loss, and maybe running out. Right? There's that traditional paradox of the universe not being able to provide for us. Oh, perfect. And then we get Danu, and she's assuring us everything's okay. So, right, she's the goddess. She's actually the goddess of the Tuatha De Danann, and they are known as the fairy folk, and they kind of like took off, but she's here to create assurance. I love the goddess symbol here on her third eye, and her creating that plant, right? That energy of life from her hands. So the koi fish, right? It says abundance ensures that the prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of whatever things, how many things currently look like, you can call in your prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. Yes. So it's funny because when I talk about miracles, this kind of reminds me of that, because miracles to me, like you don't see them until they've actually just happened, and that's why we call them miracles, because they just suddenly appear, right? They just suddenly appear in our life. And it's not that they haven't been like in the background working, it has been, but we just haven't seen it, or we haven't developed the skills to be actually able to see this miracle taking place and working. We only can acknowledge it once it transpires. So that's kind of interesting. So that's if you chose the heart. Let me go to Danu, and she is the number 10. So interesting, we have the 11 card here, and we have the number 10 card here. So 10 is about, beginnings and endings, the omega and the alpha. And so it says she's, of course, the Celtic earth goddess who gave birth to magic. Love it. Another great series of books, by the way. If you're looking for summer reading, get a book called Becoming Magic. Becoming Magic. It's just a fabulous book. It's actually, she actually has 3 or 4 books that I would recommend you, but I recommend you do one at a time. So read the first book, Becoming Magic, first. So it says, whatever that you are desiring, she's coming to tell you, like give you a confirmation, right? That things are beginning, that things are coming into being, which is funny because the seed's been planted, but we can't see until the shoot actually comes out of the ground, right? We can't see that there's something happening under the earth, which is what the koi fish are telling you. It's like, hey, relax. Your abundance is coming. You just can't see it yet, but it's almost there, right? And so everything happens within the perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. Love that. All right, so now if you have chosen the quartz crystal, and just bring this down here so we have something to get on. And we have the cat spirit. So you know me, got my cats, love my cats. Claim your independence. I love how these cats have like all this jewelry on them. And she has wings. Love that. And of course Tabby's actually a male cat, so it's funny how he's all decked out. Oh, I knew it. It was like so much gold. And here we have Lakshmi with fortune. So this part, obviously the reading relates to your abundance, right? Your money, your abundance. So let's read a little bit about what I mean, I have 3 cats, and my cats, they love when I do meditations. Like, they all come and they sit next to me. Debbie's known for years that when I do spiritual work, they'll come and sit underneath my, like, by my feet or on the table next to me, on the chair next to me, or something. So she says the cat is calling you to claim your independence and allow for some space between you and others. So really it's about trusting yourself, I think, in this case. Trusting that you bring value, that what you have to offer is just as important as anybody else. And I love that aspect. So just put this over here. And I love me my Lakshmi. I love her because she like comes floating on lotus flowers. She's full of jewels. And I love how the cat essence has come in full of jewels and all decked out. So I love that. I love me some bling. Love me bling, you know that. So here we go. So the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, she heralds a celebration on your purpose, wisdom, and compassionate prosperity. Ooh, I like that. Compassionate prosperity. That as a result, you can expect to see the evidence of wealth in this world around you. Like, you're going to be starting to see luxury. It's funny because Stuart Pearce described luxury to me one time in person. It was amazing. Such great opportunity to learn from somebody so wise. Although he's such a wonderful personality, has an awesome, fabulous sense of humor. Just totally love him. And luxury means light, right? Light. So shining your light. So we all have light. So we all have the right to luxury. And that right now you have the ability to create this great success, right? There's something coming in. Lakshmi is the goddess of luck and prosperity. She's bringing that into you right now. We may not see miracles right away, but each one of these goddesses in their own way represent harvest and abundance, the beauty of miracles and magic, and the abundance and prosperity and the light of Lakshmi, and truly being an incredible, let me just put this here so you guys can see, an incredible reading for all of us who are earth signs. I happen to be an earth sign as well, so I'm just going to put this here. Just want to be able to let you see these final cards. Hopefully I can get them all in. Anyway, I've loved doing this reading for you guys today. If you'd like to have your own reading, do know that the Akashics are here for you. I'm open to doing half an hour and 1 hour readings. So if you'd like just an elemental spread for you done this month, I'm actually traveling to New York at the beginning of July. So I'm so looking forward to that. Hey, if you're in the New York area and you want to meet me in person, you know what? Send me a message. I would love to see you guys. So, like I said, so I'm open for half an hour and 1 hour readings. You can find the links in the comments below. If you're on YouTube, it's Akashicinspirations.com, or email Akashicinspirations@gmail.com, or DM me or message me in any way. I just want to send you many blessings for this incredible month of July, for all my air signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So sending you blessings. Namaste, everyone.